Hello everyone, here I am going to discuss about the topic of conditional and looping statements in C++. Whenever we are getting a problem that can be handled with the help of condition means obviously we should go for conditional making statements. Before going to the categories, first we are going to define how to use the conditions. For example, if you are getting a problem to find the biggest among two numbers means definitely in that we should have to handle the relation called a greater than b or a lesser than b. So we already know about that relational operators. With the help of relational operators only we can able to frame the conditions. As we already know, these are all the relational operators. For example, greater than, lesser than, greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to, not equal to, double equal to. With the help of this we can easily able to frame the conditions or relations. For example, a greater than b, a lesser than b, a greater than or equal to b. Like that we can able to frame the condition. And apart from that, we have one more operator called logical operator. That operator also can be used along with relational operator in order to frame the condition. For example, logical operators are and, are, not. This operator can also can be used along with relational operator. For example, a greater than b and a greater than c. That means that both the condition, the use of logical operator, it is used to check both the relations has to be true, has to be satisfied. Then only it will be considered as true. Then for another operator is also there, a greater than b or a greater than c. This means that any one condition, any one relations when true means this will be satisfied. Like this we can able to frame the condition. This relational as well as logical operator, it is used to frame the conditions. Now we are going to discuss about the categories of conditional making statements. These are all the categories: if else, if later, nested if. All these four categories it is used to check the conditions in the program. First we are going to before that the if statement, it is used to check only one condition. If else, it is also used to check one condition, but it can handle both the true part as well as false part, while the if only handles the true part. Whenever you are going to handle the multiple condition, you may go for if else, if later or nested if. First we look at the syntax one by one. First if. So the syntax is if is the keyword, then followed by condition. Within the bracket you should have to give the condition. For example, a greater than b. Like that you should have, you are using the relational operator, you should give the condition. If the condition is true, these statements will be executed. This is the syntax of if. Now we are going to talk about the if else syntax. As I already told that if else syntax, it is if else means it is going to handle both the true part as well as false part. As that syntax follows: if condition, if the condition is true, for example a greater than b, if the condition is true, the statements will be printed. Otherwise, if the condition is getting false, the else part comes into the picture. In this way the syntax works. Next we are going to talk about the syntax of if else, if later. In this as I already told that this is the if else, if later, it is used for mainly used for checking more than one conditions. For example, if the condition is getting true, these as per the syntax, if the condition is true, these statements will be executed. Suppose if the condition may get false, it will go to the next part, else if. Okay, it is in the else part, again we are going to check the another condition. Suppose if the condition is getting true, this part will be executed. Suppose if the condition is also fails, it will come to the next else if part. So again it is checking the condition. If the condition is true, this part will be executed. Suppose if the condition is also failed, finally it will go to the else part. So this else statement will be executed, so that it will be followed by if, else if, else if, else if, else if, like that. How many conditions you want, for that you should frame the if else if later condition. Suppose if all the condition when failed, the else part will run. So this is the syntax of if else, if later. Next we are going to talk about nested if syntax. As its name indicates, nested if is nothing but if within if. Here the syntax follows in this way. If the condition is true, again this is nothing but, if the condition is true, this is nothing but the true statements. Again within the if, again we are having the if again. So suppose if the condition is true, next it is coming to check the another if condition. If again the next condition is also true, these statements will be executed. Suppose if the condition is true, okay, it will coming to the next if. If the condition is getting false, it will go to the else part. Suppose if the condition is initially failed, it will goes to the else part and it will run like this. This is the syntax of nested if. So now we are going to look about the problem for all the examples. First example we are going to talk about, for example we are going to talk about a person is eligible to vote. The problem is eligible to vote. Eligible to vote. Here I am going to write the example program. For example, we are hash include IO string, then using namespace std. Then I am going to use void main function. In that my problem is eligible to vote. So that I am going to declare int age. So I am going to get the input for age by using cin. Then eligible to vote. Right here, here for this problem we are going to check if the person is if person age is greater than or equal to 18 means he is eligible to vote. That we are going to check with the help of if condition. If age greater than or equal to 18 means Cout he is eligible to vote. Eligible to vote. That's it. This is an example program for simple if statements. Now we are going to discuss about the example program for if else. This is an example program. If the same program we can take it instead of I'm writing it. So IO string using namespace. This is an enter file, then followed by using namespace std, then main function. The same problem I am going to take it. In this I am going to tell if the person is eligible to vote, then it can print, the program has to print eligible. Then if it is not eligible also it can handle. For example, the same problem we are getting the input through cin. Then we are going to check if the person age is greater than or equal to 18 means Cout we are printing eligible. Else if the condition when failed, Cout not eligible. So like this, this is the program for if else. It is handling if we are getting the input age from the user. If the age is, for example, say 20, so 20 is greater than or equal to 18, so it will print eligible. Suppose if the input age is for example 6 greater than or equal to 18, the condition false, greater than or equal to 18, the condition when false, then it will go to the else part, it will print not eligible. So this is an example program for if else. Both the program in the both the if as well as if else we are handled only one condition. The main difference is here it will handle only the true part, here it will handle both the true part as well as false part. Next I am going to write an example for if else if later. If else if later. So as I already told that if else if later it is used to check the multiple condition. For example, if you are going to solve the student grade problem using C++, for example, if the student mark is between 90 to 100, you are going to print A grade. Then 80 to 89 you are going to print B grade. Then 70 to 79 C grade. Then 60 to 69 D grade. 59 to 50 to 59 E grade. Then less than 50 means fail, F grade. This you are going to solve with the if else if later problem, because there are many conditions are there in the problem. 1 2 3 4 5 6 condition we are going to take it. Then it will be the if else if later will be the best suitable one for solving the problem. So let I solve this problem by using the program. For example, first you should have to include this is, since it is an C++ program, I using namespace std so only student mark is the int m is nothing but a mark that I am going to get it as a input m. Then I am going to check the condition, right? If the mark is greater than or equal to 90 and that mark is less than or equal to 100. If it is there, if the mark lies between 90 to 100, you are going to print A grade. So otherwise, suppose else if another thing, else if the mark is greater than or equal to, the mark is greater than or equal to 80 and mark is less than or equal to otherwise shall we put greater than 80 and lesser than 90 means it is C out, it is B grade. Else if we can frame the condition, if the mark is greater than 70 and the mark is lesser than 80 means it is C grade. Else if like that we can able to frame many condition. If the mark is greater than 60, mark is lesser than 70, C out. This is angular bracket, this is D grade. Like that we can able to frame the another condition. If else if the mark is greater than 50 and mark lesser than 60, C out, E grade. So else at last you can otherwise you can put it if mark less than 50, C out, fail. Then at last you can put else, C out, enter marks between 1 to 100. That's it. Suppose, okay, definitely the range should be 1 to 100. Suppose in case by mistake the user have entered 150, means definitely it should not, the condition should not match with any of the conditions, so it will go to the else part. It will say enter the marks between 1 to 100. Suppose otherwise, if the mark range between 1 to 100 means definitely it will fall to any one of the category. Suppose if the mark range is 95 means it will this condition will get true, then it will print A grade. Suppose if the mark is 88 means if the first condition went fail, then it will come here, it will check, then this condition will true, then it will print B grade, such that all the it will check one by one condition. Whatever the condition it is getting true, that part will be executed, remaining part won't be executed. So this is the so this if else if later it is used to check for multiple conditions. And then we are going to discuss about the nested if program, example program for nested if. For example, we can take the biggest among three numbers. For example, this is the problem, biggest among three numbers. That, okay, here for this also, first we'll discuss about the logic. For solving this problem also we need definitely we need condition. What for example, A greater than, what is the condition for A is bigger, A greater than B and A greater than C. If the this is the condition for A is bigger. What is the condition for B is bigger? B should be supposed greater than A and B greater than C. If the two conditions satisfied, B is bigger. What is the condition for C? C should be greater than A and C should be greater than B. Then C is bigger. So this is the logic. Definitely this logic needs more than one condition. So we can solve this biggest among three numbers using nested if thing. So for that I am writing the program hash include IO string using namespace std and then main function. I'm putting void because I'm not going to return any data type. That is, the void means null. That's what I'm putting void. So biggest among three numbers. So three variables, integer variables are needed in order to store A value, B value, C value. That I'm going to get it, all the A value, B value, C value. I'm going to get it from the user through the cin. I'm getting it. By using the cascading operation, I'm getting all the inputs in a single line, and after that I'm going to find out my logic. Okay, first I'm going to nested if concept, right? First I'm going to check A greater than B. If the condition is true, again I'm going to check another condition, A greater than C. If the condition is true, obviously A greater than B as well as A greater than C means which one is bigger? A is bigger. A is bigger. Else I'm writing it cout C is bigger. I'll come to this point later. So the if starts here and ends here. Here this is the outer if and this is the inner if. That's why it is called as if within if. It is called as nested if. So if the condition is true, these are all the statements inside the if statements. So otherwise, if the condition is false, else if B greater than C means cout B is bigger. B is bigger. Sorry. B is bigger. Else cout C is bigger. So that's it. Everything is finished. So this is the concept for biggest among three numbers using nested if concept. For example, we can explore this example. For example, A is 8 7 6. This is A value, B value, C value. First we are going to check, this is the input we are getting from the user for A, B, C and A, B and C values. For example, if A is greater than B, 8 is greater than 7, condition is true, or condition is true, 8 is greater than 7, so it will come here. Then A greater than C, 8 greater than 6, condition true, then it will print A is bigger. That's it. This is the one way of finding the A is bigger. For example, if the combination like this, okay, for example, 7 8 6, for example, here it will come. So for example, here for this, this is A value and this is B value and this is C value. 7 greater than 8, condition true, or 7 greater than 8, condition false, then it will come here. Then it will check 8 greater than 6, definitely it is true, then B is bigger, so here B is bigger. For example, consider the case 8 8 7 9. This is A value, B value, C value. For example, here A greater than B, so 8 greater than 7, condition true. Then it will comes to the inner if A greater than C, right? A value is 8, B value is 9. At this case this is failed, so it will print C is bigger. Obviously C is bigger, it will print in this case. So next combination, 6 7 9. This is A value, this is B value and C value. First for here, first if it is checking 6 greater than A greater than B, right? 6 greater than 7, condition true or false. 6 greater than 7, its condition is failed. Next it is here, it is coming here, what it is checking B greater than C, right? B value is 7 greater than 9. Here also the condition fails, so it is go for this else and it is printing C is bigger. So for all the cases, here I explained with 4 set of examples. For all these 4 set of examples, it is producing the correct output. This is one of the example for nested if statements for biggest, finding the biggest among 3 numbers. Okay, that's it about decision. That's it about the conditional making statement. If else, if later, nested if. In the like that, the more number of problems, whenever the problem needs the conditional part, definitely you should go for decision making statements. Depends upon the number of conditions that needed for that particular problem. Thank you.